Sorry about that, had my hand in front of it and it switched it off. Anyway, let's flick through these now. Console concepts. Anyone remember these places? 0782? Blimey, all these old phone numbers. Wow. Let's just flick through some of this. Another game review there. What was that for? Oh, it's the CVG rating system. That got a good rave review apparently. What one was that? Super NES. What's that called? Alien 3. Alien 3 for the SNES. I like the way they did the staffing members looking, well, with wide open mouths. Jungle Strike. Still got that. Beauty. What's this? 94, 93, 95. Obviously like that one. Don't blame them because I did as well. Super Play cards. X-Men. The Mega Drive. Didn't get such good reviews. Bit of a shame really. I mean I've not played the X-Men games, but I think that's one where you have to press reset halfway through. Tiny Toons. How come Sounds on Tiny Toons got 64%? What were they thinking? 76. Too expensive game that you should finish in after a week or two. Pretty good game that. I don't know why they were a bit harsh on that, I think. Look at that. The SNES SNES £150 for a SNES and a game of your choice. Please don't pick. Did anyone pick Bubsy? Don't blame me if you didn't. Star Fox, called Starwing over here. Review. What is that? Next set. Battle Grand Prix. That didn't do so well. 52%. That wasn't so good. Final Fight. I think that was the Mega CD version. They did the SNES version as well. I remember. Mega CD version, I think the SNES was heavily edited and a lot was cut out, but the Mega CD version was basically pretty much everything thrown in. They obviously liked that. 95%. Vampire Hunter. That looks cool. 50 quid. Super Strike Eagle. Look like they like that one as well. 90% that got. Boy with Red Dwarf. Magazine. It's Magazine they called it. Another Amiga game there. Super Frog. Got to play that on my A500 at some point. Get your head round. This was a sort of like, was it a tips guide or is it just an advert? Loom. Loom. What sort of game? I have to try that at some point. What if that's on one of the modded consoles? I think that got good reviews as well. 89% okay. Oh, blimey. Only 89 for that one. Axley. Super Parodius. From Commandy, I think that's Prince of Persia. I like the way they advertise a lot of games here. Xenobots. Don't think they like that one much. Although it did alright, it wasn't too bad. They didn't really. We've got 5 copies of the Terminator on SNES to give away. I wonder if they're still doing that competition. What do you reckon? What's the closing date? Oh, 15th of May 1993, so I'm about 29 years out. Okay. Prince of Persia. New Turtles Hyperstone Heist. Sunset Riders. Love that in the arcade. Another folder, another poster by the looks of it. I like the way they just had the posters in here as well. Joe and Matt Caveman Ninja. F1 Exhaust Heat 2. Watch for the Wonga. %86% for that one. Chuck Rock 2, Son of Chuck. love Chuck Rock, one of my favourite games of all time. How come he didn't like that? How come Paul Angley didn't like that? Oi, that's out of order, that. Will a Sega Mega Drive and will a Sega Game Gear enter the competitions? Don't think those are still open for somehow. Oh, I'll just zoom past there. Any free, get the Great Games Exchange, where you could swap your games when you got fed up with them. But if you're a collector, obviously, like we are, like a lot of us are nowadays, then you won't be swapping any games by the looks of it, unless you've got double up, unless you've got doubles. King of the Monsters. Oh dear, Steve King didn't like that much. Bit of an unfair review on that. Only gave it 53%. They like that. They like this one. What's it called? Tough Enough. I remember that one actually, vaguely. Oh dear. They even had a little tips bit here. Sad folks start here. And then now you're getting better, and then at last you're well hard. Sort of like a way of encouraging you to get focused with the game, but taking the pee out of you when you're not doing so well. Toughina again. That was for, like I say, that was for the SNES. Let's have a look. There's something on sound apparently. Don't know. I've not played it, so I can't really comment. Dial a tip. Oh, won't scroll down now. Hang on. Here we are. Cheat line. What you used to phone if you were stuck on a game. You didn't have the old internet to look it up back then. You had to look in a cheat book or ring cheat lines. Are they still there, that shop? Win Star Fox, win a Super Nintendo, win a Sega Mega Drive. God dear. If you rang all of those, your parents would absolutely go garrety at the phone bill. Video Games of America, that's if you wanted to import some of them, I think. Mail order recommended. KT consoles in Scotland. Wow, look mum, it's me. Mail order, 120 game of your choice. If you wanted to put in for it. Mega Drive, NBA All-Star Challenge, don't think that got good reviews by the looks of it. %, and an OK rating. The other one game I think had a 53% miss rating. How'd they work that one out? Dream Machines 2 up in Hartlepool. I wouldn't have thought many of these shops are still going, not with the advent of CEX and all the other places nowadays. Congo's Caper. %. Tecmo Super NBA Basketball. Anyone? 82%. Citizen Printers. £179. I think that's for if you had a PC, or if lucky enough to have a PC or Amiga back then. Or were they compatible with Amiga? I can't remember. Calling all computer whiz kids. The Countdown Special Match, Eric Cantona. Oh, that Kung Fu kick back then. Ho ho ho. He was justified for doing it though. I'm not a Man United fan, but he was definitely justified for doing it. What's this? Michael Jordan in Flight. Got good graphics and sound, but didn't play so well. The Flintstones. I don't think that's going to get a very good review. I think that was a bit canned back in the day. Well, I didn't do too badly on the reviews. 80%. Electric Avenue Games. Down in Croydon. AJM Software. Power Station Tele Games. Super Goal for the Super Nintendo. Wasn't very super, unfortunately, looking at the review. And Goal for the Amiga. That looked like it did better. A lot better, in fact. Rolling Thunder 2. 81%. Win Sonic Hedgehog 2, Sega Mega Drive and Sonic 2. By that time I did have a Sega Mega Drive and Sonic 2. And I was struggling to get through it. Back then. Oh, look at the prices of that. Universal Converter, £9.99. USA PAL SNES, 150. USA SCART, 120. Mega Drive plus Sonic plus Mega CD System, 259. Oddly enough, a lot of these prices haven't changed, believe it or not, even nearly 30 years later. And then the old guides there. I think that was Another World, I think it was. Did a little guide on it. They did a little guide on some of the more difficult games, on how to get through them. Cheat mode, where if you were struggling through certain parts of a game, you'd bloody hell, one for Wayne's World. Even with a cheat, I don't think that's very playable. Echo the Dolphin, that was so hyped back then. Bubsy the Bobcat, such a hyped up game, and it just wasn't all that good. It wasn't bad, it wasn't as bad as people say it is, but 500 sets of Panini Tips cards to be won. Night Trap for Mega CD, Super Frog Flashback. Oh, loads of codes here. And Time Gal, remember that? Night Art of Fighting. Action replay codes. Like if you were struggling with certain games, they'd always give these codes to crack some of the games. And then you had all these people phoning in for questions on how to defeat certain games or get through certain levels. It's just so interesting. Bubble Bobble? You mean people still play that? Yes, they do. They play it even today. Keep up. Oh, Yob, remember him when people used to write into this guy? Some of these people, honestly, they were more deranged than he was. Did many people actually win his £100 that he put for the best letter? Please comment if you were actually one of those who did. Fighting on someone there. Worse than BBC Two. He's puking on someone there. My parents shaved the gorilla. Really? When you used to read some of these, you just thought, sad man. So read, let's have a look at this for a laugh. News CVG. CVG boys dash to the scene. Trying to get people out of playing video games and having more of a social life. And then, great guy. So read this. The Shining Brothers of Dawn. We're going to hide this person, take it to somewhere completely crap. We're going to hijack this bus and take it to somewhere completely crap. Plenty of places they can take them then. Oh dear. The things that we used to do back in the day and what we used to buy. I mean, the amount of advertising this magazine did was unreal. It's just so cool though. Really cool. 386. Somebody asking not about game tips, but just some general questions about games that are coming up. And some games that actually never did get released. Not a problem. And oh, look at that! Look. We're in winter at the moment. Well, getting into winter anyway. Definitely, 1993 had a bad summer that year. About some games that are coming up. Star Trek 2, Bob. Remember that one? Innocent Till Court, Pugsy. Previews, Wiz and Liz. Some sort of wizardy type. I think that was a wizard game, wasn't it? Troddlers. Yeah, so anyway guys, there's some reviews there for some video game systems. Blimey. Look at that. Look. Tonight's match, Razor Ramon and Ted DiBiase versus Mr. Perfect and Undertaker. Only two of those are still alive these days, and that's The Undertaker, Mark Calloway, and Ted DiBiase. Razor Ramon unfortunately passed away, and so did Mr. Perfect. Sad, really. Rock and roll racing. Yeah. So anyway, guys, a little bit of a look back on CVG, what we used to read back in the day for our video games. Oh, there's a bit of a thing on the WWF back in the day. Why do they call it WWE? Vince, please answer that one. Yeah, so anyway, take care everyone. That's a little look back at CVG. If you want to have a look at these, I mean, have a look on the Wikipedia down some of the reception. You'll come across some of these magazines. Take care everyone, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.